And welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Monday, July 11th. I'm your host for today's program, Paul DeMain. Many of the stories read here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com, and here are some of the news stories from the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. A Tulsa World newspaper review of Cherokee Nation records shows that at least 31 votes in the recent principal chief election appear to have come from unregistered voters. 29 of those votes are in addition to the 149 votes that incumbent Chief Chad Smith, who narrowly lost the June 25th election, has contested. The candidates were separated at one point by 11 votes and then later by only 7 votes. A June 30th recount resulted in Smith's losing his position to challenger Bill John Baker by 206 votes. The Tulsa World compared an electronic list of people who voted in the tribal election to an electronic list of the tribe's registered voters. About 53,000 people are registered to vote in the Cherokee Nation, and about 15,000 people voted in the election for principal chief, deputy chief, and council seats. Last week, Smith filed an appeal asking the Elections Commission to order a machine-conducted recount of the ballots cast in the June 25th election, or to invalidate the election completely and call for a new one. In the appeal, Smith filed exhibits claiming that the first and last names of 149 voters matched those on a list of people who had relinquished their Cherokee citizenship and should not have been allowed to vote. The Mississippi Choctaw Tribal Council voted on July 8th to hold a new election for tribal chief after Chief Beasley Denson was defeated by Phyllis J. Anderson. The action came after an unidentified person filed an appeal of the June 14th election. The council says a new election must be held within 30 days. Anderson said in a statement that she was disappointed with the council's decision. The complaint says voters who were already in line were allowed to cast their votes after polls were set up to close at 8 p.m. on June 14th. The Election Commission allowed the votes, but the Tribal Council overturned that decision and ordered a new election. Denison and Anderson advanced from the June 14th election. Then Anderson defeated Denson in the July 5th runoff. Denson did cast the tie-breaking vote on the Choctaw Council to call for the new election. Join the Jemez Monument's 8th annual commemoration of Pueblo Independence Day. On August 10, 1680, the Pueblo people of the New Mexico, aided by Apache and Navajo allies, launched a successful rebellion against Spanish colonization. Commemorative activities begin with a pilgrimage run from the Walatawa Plaza in Jemez, Pueblo, to Gisawa Pueblo Kiva at Jemez State Monument, which is approximately 13 miles. Participating in the run or supporting a runner is a way to pay tribute to the ancestors and show appreciation for the sacrifices they made, according to a press release. The run begins at 7 a.m. on Sunday, August 14th, and the general public is welcome to participate. For more information, you can go on the net at nmmonuments.org. The Cherokee Nation recently hosted 8 summer camps in public schools that taught children the basics of entrepreneurship, business, and finance. The tribe has funded the popular Camp Millionaire and Camp Biz World every summer for more than 5 years. The 2-part summer camp was designed for students in 3rd through 8th grade. The first week started with Camp Millionaire, focusing on subjects such as save early, save often, financial foursquare, and good debt versus bad debt. The lesson plans incorporated interactive games that put the students' new financial knowledge to use. The second week, students entered Camp Biz World, where they created, designed, marketed, and sold their handmade friendship bracelets. Students were divided into companies, with each member taking on a leadership role in the friendship bracelet industry. Students had to secure a financial backer, buy materials, create a patented bracelet design, record a commercial, and sell their bracelets in the Biz World marketplace in an effort to make a profit. The A Cabito man charged with first-degree murder in the death of a Navajo Nation police sergeant remains hospitalized. FBI spokesman Manuel Johnson says authorities formally arrested Victor Bigman at a Flagstaff hospital July 7th and are watching him around the clock. Bigman, who had been under medical care since tribal police were called to his home on June 25th to break up a fight between his sons. Authorities say Bigman intervened in the arrest and fired 4 shots at Sergeant Daryl Curley, who returned fire and struck Bigman. Curley died about several hours later. The Oglala Sioux tribe on the Pine Ridge Reservation has named a new police chief. Richard Greenwald took over the tribal police on July 7th. The Rapid City Journal reports that tribal leaders were considering a move to turn over public safety responsibilities back to the Federal Bureau of Indian Affairs. The police and tribal officials have long feuded on the reservation south of Rapid City. The tribe's judiciary chairman, Toby Big Boy, has said local police have not addressed many complaints. Greenwald tells the Journal changes can be made without more involvement from the BIA. The BIA took over the tribal police from 2004 until 2006. 2 years later, BIA and other tribal police were sent to Pine Ridge because about 30 tribal police officers walked off their jobs or were fired. The hatchery record is releasing 560,000 walleye fingerlings into local waters, and the employees at the Bad River Ojibwe Fish Hatchery in northern Wisconsin think they'll beat that this year. For the past 3 decades, the Bad River Natural Resources Department has supported local fish populations by stocking tribal waters with walleye fry and fingerlings, fish between 1.5 and 2 inches long. Those fish are raised in the Bad River Fish Hatchery. The hatchery also raises yellow perch, a practice that started 6 years ago. The majority of the catch is released into the Bad River and Caucasian rivers, while some of the perch is led into Chequamegon Bay that goes into Lake Superior. In the last few weeks, the hatchery has released 480,000 45-day-old walleye fingerlings at an average size of 1.75 inches into the 2 rivers, clearing out 3 of their 4 walleye ponds. Hatchery employees also released about 49,000 perch at an average of 1.5 inches into the rivers and the bay. However, most of the perch won't be released until August, when the perch are 2.5 to 3 inches long. And that is the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to say Miigwechwawan and Pinagigi for coming in here and taking a look at us. Come back again soon.